So it seems like Wuthering Waves dropped one of the biggest events that is supposed to be coming out for the game, and it's been very widely talked about in the kind of run-up to version 2.3. Now, this is actually a Wuthering Waves version 2.3 preview of the special broadcast, and it's actually been announced that we're going to be getting it on April 19th, 2025, which is going to be a Friday. As usual, that's when most Wuthering Waves live streams are, and well, it's looking very, very exciting. Now, they actually left this little like kind of, fan art thingy here, or not fan art, but official art thingy here, and obviously, yeah, they have this whole area, and also they released a trailer alongside of this, and they kind of lean very heavily into this whole blocky aspect, as all of the characters are cubes, which honestly I think is quite cute, and it's quite a cute concept for their first anniversary. It's going to be exciting to see what they can kind of do with this. Now, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about to do with this event and what they could possibly do with this event in the future, and one of them is going to be a whole new area. Now, this is something that we didn't really expect. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a permanent area or if this is going to be a kind of limited time area, because obviously we've seen in the past in Genshin Impact and places like that, they've had events like the Archipelago, which obviously a lot of people haven't been happy about due to the fact of its limited time nature, because again, people really enjoyed the area, but then it'll go away after a couple of months. So I don't know if it's going to be a similar case with Wuthering Waves and people are going to get annoyed at that or not. But again, it looks like from the trailers and everything like that, there's a whole new area. You can see here, it's a very small area. I'm not saying it's going to be something massive like rinascita or something like that, but you can see there's a whole area based, here we go. Here's a good screenshot. You can see this whole area here, and then we got like a couple of other things, a couple of stools and stuff dotted around the area, which honestly I think could be a kind of just event specific place. And I don't think this is going to be some kind of permanent thing, and I'm guessing in this world you're going to be blocks, you're going to be going around as little cube things, which honestly I think is a really cool idea, and it's taking off of another game, and maybe they also did this in Punch and Groove 2, I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments if you guys played Punch and Groove and know if they do this. But they also do this in Nikkei, which I thought was really, really fun for their events. And what they do is they set up this little island or little world where you can go around and do different things. For example, they got a shop where you can buy free items. They've also got a couple of mini games. They got some things where you can go and explore the little island itself and pretty much just get a ton of free rewards, which honestly, if that's what Wuthering Waves are going for with this new island, with this little new like area thing, honestly I think it could be really cool. And obviously they showcase it a little bit more here. It seems like it's just one little zone, and then we got all of the presents and stuff around, which obviously is hinting at the fact that we are going to be getting a ton of free stuff. Now, we've also got, at the same time of this anniversary, is the new characters, obviously one of them being Chikona, which honestly I think has the best bet of being free. Now, I don't know if Chikona is going to be 100% free, that's all up to speculation. Honestly, I think she's the best bet for how much she's been advertised in the past. We've seen her for like, a couple of minutes in the story, and usually whenever they do that and release a character so quickly, I feel like, we're going to have them free. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. They also did something similar with Zhang Liao as well. And also we got another character being Zani, which obviously kind of further consolidates my theory on the fact that Chikona might be free, as I don't think, they're going to give Zani away for free. Zani is such an important character to the game, and obviously tons of people have really wanted her since the start of rinascita, I don't think they're just going to go, here you go, have it for free, because that is a big opportunity of money missed out for Kuro Games if they were to do that. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I think Chikona would be the best fit, and hopefully we can see her performing really well in the game, because I think that honestly, Chikona could be a really cool character. She's an arrow pistol character, so again, something a little bit unique. And obviously, yeah, we have Zani as a Spectro Gauntlets character, which again, also pretty unique too. So yeah, obviously, I think a lot of this trailer didn't really showcase much to do with like what is actually going to go on in the anniversary. You can see here, they're just kind of bouncing about. And yeah, I don't really know what we're going to be able to do in this world and what kind of mini games they have in store. But obviously they have a little bit of like story and stuff to do with like kind of fighting this thing. I really love this kind of style. And obviously they're including characters from, many different regions. For example, Kalchara actually made an appearance for once. Out of all of the 5-star characters that they picked to add in there, they've actually added Kalchara, which is kind of crazy because obviously, he hasn't showed up in literally anything else. So maybe we're going to get a little bit of Kalchara lore through an event, which is going to be kind of funny because the only other characters we've had from the previous regions here is probably Jinshi, Changli, Shorekeeper if that counts, and Camellia if that counts. But the only kind of permanent 5-star here is actually Kalchara, which actually kind of surprised me. I don't know if they're going to try to do anything with him in the future, but hey, we'll have to wait and see if they are planning on giving him away or something like that. Maybe that is the reason why he's there. That's also another theory that's been floating around, by the way, that maybe we're not going to get Chacona or not going to get a free limited. And instead, we're going to get a free permanent character again, which honestly, I think it'll be okay, but I feel like fans wouldn't be as excited if it was just an already existing 5-star, because again, I feel like people need this to be big. And to be fair, Wuthering Waves seems to be hyping this up quite a bit, you know? It's not like they're just being like, oh, hey guys, we've got an anniversary going on, just stick around and, you know, see what happens. They're actually got, you know, a whole kind of trailer thing for it. It seems like they're really hyping it up in the kind of special program and things like that. So we have to wait and see on Friday to see what kind of things they're going to add to this game, because I'm very excited, you know. Surprisingly, I'm very excited, because usually I don't get excited by small little events like this. For example, you know, I was a little bit kind of, I guess, not like heartbroken, but, you know, I wasn't too happy with the fact that, you know, it's a ton of blocks. I kind of, you know, want an event that has a ton of 3D characters, but at the same time, after seeing the trailer and stuff and how the characters are interacting, it actually seems quite fine, you know. It seems like an event that could be quite enjoyable, and hopefully they do add a ton of really cool like little events and little challenges and stuff into the actual event itself, because that's really what's going to carry it, you know. It's not just free rewards that make an event, and I think people need to remember that. It's not just the fact that, hey, oh, we could be getting a free 5-star, or hey, we could be getting free temples or whatever, you know. That's not the only reason why people do enjoy events. It's also due to the fact that there's just a ton of really fun stuff to do, and maybe some more unique stuff to do, and maybe even just the start of something else, because the anniversary is almost like a fresh start for the game. I would say it means that they can go ahead and announce some of the bigger stuff that they've got coming towards the game, and I'm hoping that they do that in the special program, and they don't just ramble on about what's going on in the event and what's going to be happening in this area or whatever. I hope they do go ahead and actually talk about the future of Wuthering Waves and what they plan to do in the future as well, and maybe some, you know, future game mechanics, future whatever coming to the game. I think that'd be a really good way of advertising Wuthering Waves going forwards, by, you know, also including stuff to do with this event, which, yeah, could be really, really cool. But overall, the kind of, you know, feedback of this event has been pretty good. I mean, you know, obviously people saying this is so cute. People were saying, you know, they noticed Regulus's voice from a verse 1999, which I thought was really cool. And obviously, yeah, people were enjoying a ton of like the little references and stuff. Is this like a Powerpuff Girl reference? I think it is. I'm not sure. But hey, people were saying stuff like, oh, it's so cute and things like that, which again, I think that's the right response that, you know, Wuthering Waves have been wanting. Obviously, a ton of people on this post as well. A lot of, you know, content creators, you know, Oofy saying, I'll be watching, Styx will be there, Ethan will be there, Age will be there, Ruby will be there, you know, Cap will be there, you know, Cherry will be there, no Shio saying already damn anniversary patch, yeah, which also I think is very nice, because I think shortening down this, you know, update for 2.2 has actually been really, really good, because it feels like, oh wait, we've already got another update. That feels really good as a player, so hopefully they do that a little bit more, and they do speed up some of the updates that might be a little bit slower, and then they get to work on maybe a bigger update, and so we have more effects like this, because this is one of the main sentiments that is going around after they release this trailer, is the fact like, oh damn, we've already got this 2.3 special program coming out. I swear the update just came out the other day for the last one. That's because we've had a shorter amount of time on this event, which means it's going to feel much, much shorter for a lot of us players, especially whenever it comes to seeing a lot of the drip marketing, which, yeah, hopefully that does kind of set this whole like fast-paced motion that Kura Games are trying to create here, and hopefully it means that they have cooked with a lot of these stuff going on in version 2.3 as well. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that 2.3 is going to be a good version, or do you think that it's not going to actually contain much? I'm going to be very interested to see what also they have around this kind of event and other things that they've got going on. Will they have, you know, story quests, anything like that we can also, yeah, that we can also do, or is it going to be like a filler kind of update and it's mainly just to do with getting involved in the event? We're gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go to game subs, use my code CASA, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there, so I definitely recommend checking it out. And yes, that's about all I got, so I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.